how good it is, but he's got it started, and we're about ready to get started with the third round of the Formula USA Series out here today. Hold on to your hats. Here we go. They're revving up their engines right now. We've got a rider coming through turn number 8, I believe, still on his warm-up lap, and he's going to miss the start. But that front row is ready to go. Look for Scott Gray to be lightning quick out here today. Here we go. Boy, a big jerky start by a lot of riders. They couldn't get the clutch in at the right time, and we have a big jerky start, but it looks like Scott Gray takes the lead into turn number 1. David Emdy settling into second spot. Looks like Roloff back there in 4th as they head around turn number 2. Okay, Supercars, let's get up to the pre-grid for your second race. Supercars, up to the pre-grid for your second race. Bob Ryan also out there, a multi-class champion, bike number 7. Eric Van Marter, 96, out there. Lee Shirt's coming out again. And Chuck Graves also, bike number 210 out there, along with Jim Poet. And of course, Jim Poet out of Mount Waterman on the War Eagle Special. Okay, they're going down the back straight. And look at the leader. We said this before, Scott Gray. Dynamite. This guy is riding on a bomb, ladies and gentlemen. And look at it. He's already exploded away from the rest of the field. A great duel, though, going on at about 155 miles an hour for second, third, and fourth back there as Scott Gray starts leading them through turn number 8. Gray on the Yoshimura Suzuki. Watch him come down here. We're going to be silent for a second and listen to this motor sing. That big Suzuki Yoshimura bike. Here they come out of turn number 9. 1 lap down, 9 laps to go. Listen to this. Oh, Emdy, Frankie, and Roloff in a great battle for second spot. Emdy's holding Roloff. Roloff's got 3rd. Frankie's got 4th place. In 5th place, it was bike number... Could be Jeff Rayon running there in 5th spot. We'll check it out next time around. But boy, a great scrap between Vriki, Emdy, and Roloff. Remember, Roloff was the guy that said, watch out for Vriki. As the season goes on, he's just going to get better and better. Right now, nobody's better than Scott Gray. Look at the lead he's got. And that 3-rider duel for second spot now is a 4-rider duel. And somebody's come up to join him because that's Emdy, Roloff, and... It's Vriki, Roloff, and Emdy in that battle for second with Gray in front, and somebody's come up to join him. I don't know who that is. Running back there in 6th spot is bike number 10. That's Curtis Adams, and along with him is Scott Cavness, the motocrosser, now running up there in 7th spot as well. They go down the back straightaway one more time. Gray continuing to motor away, but boy, all eyes focus on that great race for second spot as they come out of turn number 9. It's Gray, and look at the lead, and listen to this motor hum. And it looks like right now it's going to be Roloff taking over second spot. A 127.8 for your leader. A 127.8 for Scott Gray. That's almost a record. But Roloff's got second as he's picking off the riders one at a time. And Roloff on that 1000cc Kawasaki is up in the second spot. But he's got a lot of work cut out to try and catch Scott Gray. But it's Roloff. Then it comes Emdy. Then comes Vriki. Back there in 5th, we still don't know who that 5th place rider is, but in 6th spot, it's still Curtis Adams, and in 7th spot, Scott Cavness. We'll try and pick up 5th place for you next time. And another move up into one of the leaders. They're side by side, going up into 3 and 4. The El Paso, Texas rider doing a great job holding on to these veterans here in 5th spot. 4:15, and he's holding down 5th spot. Boy, this guy, like I said, a couple of weeks ago, or last week, made a lot of money out here last week. He might have stayed here the whole week, and he did stay out here the whole week. Didn't go back to El Paso like he said he was going to, and now he's in a good position there in 5th place. But, boy, a lot of hard work ahead of him. We got a rider stopped in the middle of turn number 5 with a mechanical problem. Oh, that battle for second spot is going to be a very heated one. Now it looks like for third, as one rider is already starting to motor away. Okay, it looks like it's Scott Gray in first. Earl Roloff starting to take control of second spot, and a great race for third as they come down here. It's Gray. Remember, that was a 127.8 that last the Kawasaki. Last battle for third. It's Glenn Smith. Glenn Smith from Texas was in third spot, and now he's dropped back to fifth, just like that. Frankie and Emmy overhauled him just like that on the straightaway, and Smith comes back. The Texas rider swooped right on by them both between 1 and 2. This guy out of Texas, I'm telling you, Texas is starting to breed a lot of good racers now. Well, with Kevin Schwantz and Doug Poland, we may have another one here, Glenn Smith, another rider making a name for himself out of Texas, coming out here to Willow Springs. He's taking on the likes of MD and Variki and showing it right in their face. I can't believe it. It's an incredible job by Glenn Smith out here against MD and Variki as they go up the hill one more time. No problems at all there for Scott Gray coming down the hill. Big lead. Roloff now starting to take command of second spot, but all eyes focused on third. A great race there in third spot. Scott Cavness now works his way up into sixth spot. Curtis Adams in seventh spot. James Domey on that stock Suzuki in eighth. Then comes Bob Reinen in ninth spot, and in 10th spot it's bike number 6, and that's Jeff Stern. Jeff Stern holding out the top 10. So all these guys want to do is kind of crack into the top 10 so they can be eligible for all those prizes at the end of the year. And of course, if you do finish in the top 10, you'll pick up $1,000. Here comes Scott Gray, and it's all his race. All he has to do is just finish it. Boy, this guy is on the move. Earl Roloff now starting to spread it out a little bit. A 128.7 for your leader that last lap. And now it looks like it's Andy, Variki, Glenn Smith. Then comes Richard Moore. Richard Moore finds himself up there in sixth spot now. Here's a guy that's got a lot of guts out there racing in sixth spot. Richard Moore, who fell right there in that exact same spot right now on that last race, out there running in an incredible sixth position. And boy, I'll tell you, it's got to be physically hurting him to be out there at all. And Richard Moore doing a great job there in sixth position. James Dumais in seventh. Curtis Adams in eighth spot. Reinen in ninth spot. And now it looks like Barry Burke now getting up into the top 10. He finishes out the top 10 this time. Barry Burke, that's going to notch Jeff Stern back into 11th place. People, we need you behind the barrels, please. If you're out there on the barrels, we need you behind the pit wall, please. Okay, Scott Gray is going to come down and get the halfway flag. This time out, he's got about a, 10-second lead? Where's Roloff in second spot? There's Roloff in second spot. Boy, that great duel for third still continues between MD, Smith, and Variki, and another duel is drawing them closer to them. There goes Scott Gray all by himself. Here comes Roloff in second. And look at this. This three-rider duel for third spot is going to be a five-rider duel for third spot pretty soon. It's Andy, Variki, Smith, Moore, and Dumais. Then comes Curtis Adams. Boy, any one of those five riders can take third place. We got a great third-place duel now here going on, coming out of turn number 1. It's still Andy, Variki, Smith, Moore, and Dumais. And boy, Moore's doing a great job just holding off Dumais. Dumais is very healthy, and of course, Moore hurting a little bit. It looks like Dumais is going to make a move on Moore for fifth spot, and he's got him. Moore comes right back alongside, but it looks like Dumais is taking over fifth. Scott Gray has got an 8-second lead as he comes out of turn number 5. Boy, that Yoshimura Suzuki working very, very well. Scott Gray, this rider out of Santa Rosa, California, is only 21 years old, been racing 5 years. He's on those Michelin tires. And of course, as we mentioned, sponsored by Yoshimura R&D, ICRT Racing, Slater Brothers, Shoei Helmets, Fox Shocks, Motor Oil, Phillips 66 Racing Fuel, McCuney Racing. My God, who doesn't sponsor this guy? He's got a lot of, and I'm sure if he wins, he's going to tell me all of his sponsors down in the winner's circle as well. Scott Gray with a big 9-second lead now over Roloff. Roloff, though, seems to be holding off that hard-charging quintet, battling it out for fifth spot as they come out of turn number 9. Roloff in second spot. Here comes MD in third. Variki now takes over fourth spot. Smith hanging top. Dumais in sixth. Dumais in sixth. Moore in seventh. Curtis Adams in eighth. Rob Reinen still in ninth spot. And it looks like Barry Burke in 10th spot, and then comes Jeff Stern in 11th position. 958. Bike number 958, that's Tommy Lynch, the Bakersfield rider. It's all right. Stopping Scott Gray as he gets up to the fastest part of the racetrack right now, going about 155, 160 miles an hour. You gear these bikes right. You can gear these bikes right for Daytona. They can get up to about 185 miles an hour down that Daytona straightaway, maybe even faster. Here comes Scott Gray out of turn number 9. Everything pretty much his own way right now. It looks like he's on his way to winning 2 out of 3 so far this year. As the Yoshimura Suzuki singing, going by the start-finish straight. Roloff doing really an incredible job on that big, monstrous Kawasaki. He's had problems with that thing all last year, even when he won the championship, and he's still, that Yamaha not running right for him yet, and he's still on the big Terminator Kawasaki. It's still Indy. It's Smith and Vericki in a great race for 4th spot. Dumais now finding himself up in the middle of that as well, as Richard Morse drops off the pace a little bit. We may not have heard the last of James Dumais, as he's been steadily working his way up the leaderboard, and right now he's in a position to pick up 2 positions in an eyelash here in a wink, and we're going to find out. Whoa! We got a close race here between Barry Burke now has taken over 9th spot, and he's taking it away from Robert Reinen going into turn number 1. Boy, there's passing going all over the place up there in 4th and 5th place as they go up the hill one more time. Earl Roloff getting a little sideways going up there at the top of the hill. It could be that those tires may be blistering. He had that problem all last year on that Kawasaki, and he had all kinds of handling problems with that. And also another factor is the weather out here. It is hot today, and it's going to make those tires maybe a little bit slipperier. He may have a tough time holding on the 2nd spot. We'll find out. We're looking for your leader, Scott Gray. Scott Gray going through lap traffic now, like a hot knife through butter as he's just slicing his way through. Here he comes out of turn number 9. Got a couple of laps left to go. It's a 25-mile race. Lee Schertz now having problems with his motorcycle. Has just been lapped. Roloff, I think, is going to have some problems here. He's not really pulling away in 2nd position, and I don't think he's losing any. But look at him. He's trying his damnedest to catch him. Dumais now is up into 4th place. He's dispatched Frankie to 5th. And Glenn Smith into 6th. I told you we didn't hear, we're going to hear something out of Dumais before this thing was over, and he's already up into 4th place. This guy started on the first lap, he was in 9th. So Dumais on the move, and he's up into 4th place. Let's see if there's enough time left to catch David Emdy. Right now, we'd have Scott Gray, Earl Roloff, and David Emdy in the winner's circle, and of course we'll have we'd have Emdy and Roloff in the winner's circle and have Scott Gray go out on the victory circle, and we'll talk to him a little bit later. But that's getting a little premature. Let's find out what happens when the checkered flag drops. Looks like Roloff may be losing a little ground to Emdy. Emdy is maybe picking it up a little bit. Let's see if there's enough laps left. A big money difference is about $250, $300 difference in between 2nd and 3rd spot. And right now, the $1,000 belongs to the Yoshimura team with Scott Gray aboard. Here comes Scott Gray again. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go. 2.5 miles to go, and Scott Gray will pocket $1,000. Roloff is going to cling the 2nd spot with 1 lap to go, and of course when Emdy sees that white flag, he's going to really go after Roloff. Roloff on the big Kawasaki, Emdy on the Kurt Jordan tuned Yamaha in 3rd, Dumais in 4th, Vericki in 5th spot. Then comes Curtis Adams in 6th spot, Richard Moore in 7th spot, and an 8th spot, Glenn Smith now dropping down. Glenn Smith was right up there amongst the top 3, and now Glenn Smith must have some sort of mechanical problem. He's slowed down a lot, and he's dropped way off the pace. So tough ride for Glenn Smith. But anyway, on the last lap, and we're looking for Scott Gray. Scott Gray up on top of the hill for the last time. That Yoshimura Suzuki just singing very nice noises for him all day long. 127.8, we got him on 1 lap. A 128.7, we got him on another lap. So he's about 102, 103 miles an hour average on that Yoshimura Suzuki, and all we're going to do is wait and see. Oh, a big wheelie by Scott Gray going on that back straightaway, went over the crest of the hill and lifted that front wheel. in second spot, but boy, Andy's really trying hard to catch him. Let's see if he can do it. I don't think there's going to be enough left. That big Terminator, so much power in that Terminator, he's not going to be able to catch him. But right now, it's going to be Scott Gray. This guy set fastest time out here, and he's coming out of turn number 9. He's going to get his head down under that bubble, and he's going to take the checkered flag with an easy win here for the Yoshimura Suzuki. Scott Gray aboard, he takes the second win of the year. Coming down to get second spot, and believe me, it was a hard-earned second place. Roloff's going to get second on the Kawasaki. David Emdy's going to get third, and of course Emdy will take over second in the point standings. And that's the way they're going to finish. Domey finishing 4th, Barinki finishing 5th, Curtis Adams finishing 6th, finishing 7th, Richard Moore. Finishing 8th should be the El Paso, Texas rider Glenn Smith. He'll pick up some money for that 8th place finish. And then finishing 9th should be Barry Burke. And it will be Barry Burke, and he'll beat out Robert Ryan for 9th and 10th place. And getting 11th spot will be Jeff Stern. Behind them will be Eric Van Marter, then Tom Lynch, then comes Jeff Rion, and behind them Chuck Graves. Looks like Lynch finally got Van Marter there at the very end. And Bricky were really battling out for a second, and then all of a sudden Roloff came out, and they kind of lost you guys a little bit. What happened? You couldn't pick it back up?
Yeah, I'll tell you, that bike of Earl's is real fast, and Earl does a fine job of riding it. My strategy this time was, when Earl passed me, just stay with him. Don't let him get those 4 seconds, but I'll tell you what, that's hard to do. It's easier said than done.
You got a whole list there. Let's get a list of your sponsors, then we'll let you go.
Okay, I'd like to give special thanks to Kurt Jordan. Without him, I'd be nothing. And Miller American, Dunlop Tires, Super Trap, Cycle
You worked hard out there, didn't you?
Yeah, those Terminators working me hard again.
What about the Yamaha, though? Are we ever going to see this thing run this year?
Yeah, we're going to see it in September, and I think it's going to be quite a motorcycle when we get it going. We were out here yesterday with it, and we had a little bit of a motor problem, but late in the day I ran a 130, a low 130 on 3 cylinders. I found out today one cylinder was completely dead. So when we get back in 4, we're going to...
This thing's reliable. This thing always puts you in the winter circle. You shouldn't leave this thing.
Well, we got to go after a tornado. That's what we're up here. These people want to see Gray race somebody, and I want to be the guy to go out and beat him.
And so do these other guys. All right, let's get a word for your sponsors here out here today.
Of course, Dunlop Tires, and once again, the tires worked real well, and they got to work real well on that big motorcycle right there. Cycle Racer Riding Apparel down in Arcadia, Coors, who's helped me immensely, and I'm really disappointed I haven't had a chance to get the Yamaha out, but we will have it out for the second half.
Did the heat affect your tailing? Because according to your mechanic here, he said that you saw you doing some sliding over there in 3 and 4.
Oh, no, I felt like dirt tracking, so I forgot sliding.
You're used to that. Okay, Earl, congratulations on second spot. I believe that was $750. Nice round of applause for Roloff, second place here. We'll wait for Scott Gray to come in. Wait, where's Domey 5's go away first?